Today, you watched live there the coronation of King Charles III.
Yeah, this is a live look as processions, all the pomp and pageantry still continues right now. You've got people across the UK, around the world, gathered to witness history in the making for the coronation of King Charles III. He, along with his wife Camilla, were crowned earlier this morning, becoming the 40th reigning monarch since the year 1066.
And we want to take you back to the moment King Charles III and Queen Camilla left Buckingham Palace just a few hours ago to make their way over to Westminster Abbey. And thousands of people gathered, rain or shine, to watch this history-making moment. They stood outside Buckingham Palace to catch a glimpse of the golden Diamond Jubilee state coach that carried the king and queen.
And the moment everyone was waiting for, the crown of St. Edward's placed upon Charles's head by the Archbishop of Canterbury, officially declaring him king right there in that moment.
And there to watch it all unfold is our own Local 10's Nicole Perez, live from London. Nicole, a tremendously monumental day.
Alex and Andrew, what an incredible moment for not only the king and queen, for the millions of people in the crowd. Rain or shine, it's been cold, it's been windy. So many people went out to see it. They could have stayed home and watched it from their TVs, but millions of people made their way to Buckingham Palace and all over London to try to get a glimpse of the procession. The procession was a little less than a mile and a half, so there were many spots in London where people could line up so they can see what was happening. Every now and then we'll get a glimpse of some of the members of the military go by as the procession is coming to a close. So the royal family is back at Buckingham Palace. We are waiting for the grand finale, them on the balcony, their wave. We haven't seen that happen since the Jubilee last year. We're also waiting for the fly past, so that's going to be an incredible spectacle in the sky. But the moment in Westminster Abbey, a moment that King Charles was waiting for 70 years in the making, the moment he was finally crowned. You said it, with King Edward's crown. A beautiful moment. The only time he'll wear that crown, he's only the 7th monarch to wear it. He then switches crowns and he'll wear the imperial crown on the way back. You saw them in the gold state coach on the way back. That gold state carriage, 260 years old. It was also used in the Jubilee. So a lot of traditions that stayed the same, a lot of things that he wanted to change. He wanted to slim it down a little bit. The ceremony inside Westminster Abbey was 2 hours long. Back for Queen Elizabeth in 1953, it was 4 hours long, and it was double the mileage of the procession. So he did want to try to make it a little bit shorter for everyone to enjoy the procession, the King's procession on the way to the Abbey. They were in a different carriage, the Diamond Jubilee, just so much pomp and ceremony. It was truly incredible. Alex and Andrew, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Nicole, there's so many people all over there right now. What so far have been some of the moments that you've enjoyed seeing the most out there on the street as the coronation was taking place inside in the Abbey?
I think one of the most significant things that I've seen from people and I've heard from people are how the sentiment of King Charles has changed. So a while ago during the funeral when we covered it, a lot of people were uncertain about King Charles, and they kind of were hoping and waiting for William to take over with Kate. And now the way people just light up when they talk about their new king, King Charles and Camilla, they're more optimistic, they're more hopeful for the future. I mean, what a moment to witness him being crowned after waiting for this moment 70 years, right? His mother was queen at such a young age. He was only 4 years old when it happened. And we're going to take you back so you can take a look at what happened at Westminster Abbey not too long ago. Our first look at King Charles III and Queen Camilla as they ride in the Diamond Jubilee in the King's procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey.
The royal family just means more to me now than I ever thought. So I felt it was really important to be here, just to show our support for the new king.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but it's amazing, isn't it? Why would you not be here?
Crowds by the millions dispersed all throughout London, taking in this historic moment.
It's been 70 years since this happened last, and it's history, it's historic.
Arriving at Westminster Abbey followed closely behind by the Prince and Princess of Wales. The youngest prince to have a role in the coronation, Prince George, one of the 8 pages of honor tasked with holding the king's robe of state, while Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte follow closely behind their brother. King Charles making his way to the coronation theater behind Queen Camilla.
Will you solemnly promise and swear to govern the peoples of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland your other realms and the territories to any of them belonging or pertaining, according to their respective laws and customs.
I solemnly promise so to do.
The king taking the oath, confirming he will uphold the law of the Church of England during his reign. And then a sacred moment shielded from the public with a canopy, the king disrobed and anointed with holy oil. King Edward's crown placed on King Charles III, only the 7th monarch to wear it, while sitting on the 700-year-old coronation chair, the first and only time King Charles will wear it. And let's take you back out live to Buckingham Palace along the Mall. Millions of people here, as I mentioned earlier, so many people in the crowd. So they're waiting now for the final moment, the fly past that'll happen. It'll be 6 minutes, about 60 aircrafts in the sky. Truly, truly a spectacle. They're also waiting, of course, for the balcony appearance, the royal family, the king and queen and other members of the royal family up on the balcony waving to the crowd below. So they're letting the crowd come in along the Mall because remember, security is very tight. So the barricades have been put up since late last night. A lot of street closures, a lot of roads blocked. So they're not really letting people go far, but once the coronation procession ended, now is when they're opening up the Mall so that people can make their way over so they get a good glimpse. They can just look up at the sky and watch those planes go by. Alex and Andrew.
You're very familiar with that balcony shot. Of course, everybody waiting on pins and needles to see the family come back out at Buckingham Palace right now. Nicole, another thing, obviously so many famous faces in the crowd at the coronation right there at the front. Of course, the royal family, you know, kind of front and center, many of them playing roles in this entire ceremony.
Yes, absolutely. Prince William, the Prince of Wales, he was one of the only members of the royal family to pay homage to the king. He walks over to him, he kneels before him, he touches the crown and kisses his father's cheek. And you sort of see, you don't see the king smile very often throughout the service, but in that moment he did have a little smile on his face. You know, a proud moment, a father and son moment, the heir to the throne. There's also Prince Harry, who was there. He was there alone. Meghan, his wife, did not come. She stayed in Los Angeles. It's actually Prince Harry's son, Archie, his 4th birthday today. So he did show up alone. He walked into the Abbey, not a lot of fanfare, very quiet. He was surrounded by Princess Beatrice and Eugenie. He sat behind Princess Anne, her husband. Prince Andrew was there as well, but when his car arrived, he was booed at the entrance of the Abbey. So there was a little bit going on there. But the minute they went in, everything stayed very peaceful, very nice. The ceremony was just as it was planned, lasted about 2 hours before they got into the carriage to make their way back to Buckingham Palace. As I mentioned, security very, very tight. Over 11,000 police officers here for this moment, for these few hours, to make sure everything stayed safe and calm. There were protesters at Trafalgar Square early this morning, and there were arrests made. 6 people were arrested. One of the leaders of the Republic, one of the anti-monarchy groups. The Metropolitan Police said that they had a low tolerance for any sort of uneasy, restless sort of protesting, and they were not going to have it. So they did make arrests early this morning. That happened about 7:30, so well before any of the processions started for the coronation.
It truly is a remarkable sight to see. We're actually looking at right now, Nicole, live pictures of London, where you have thousands of people that have been out there for hours, obviously leading up to this event as well, days and months in the making.
And it looks like right now we're looking at these images. They're actually marching, walking toward Buckingham Palace,
Yes.
getting ready for that big balcony shot, that presentation. We finally get to see the whole family together, taking that moment, a historic moment for sure.
Absolutely, and we are going to be checking back in with Nicole in a little bit, live for us in London this morning. Nicole, thank you so much for that report. We will see you momentarily. And we want to also talk about this. First Lady Jill Biden arriving at Westminster Abbey for the coronation of the king and representing the United States. U.S. officials noted that no U.S. president has ever attended a British monarch's coronation. The list of other notables, longstanding actresses, we have Emma Thompson as well as Judi Dench. We also have singer Lionel Richie and composer Andrew Lloyd Webber as well, just to name a few. And all to see really just a once-in-a-generation event to crown a monarch. Truly amazing to see. And ahead of today's coronation, we know First Lady Jill Biden attended a special reception at Buckingham Palace Friday evening. Earlier in the day, she met with Kate, the Princess of Wales, and as well as the First Lady of Ukraine. And in a picture, it's really a picture-perfect moment here. Kensington Palace released this photo of the three women standing side by side at Buckingham Palace. And First Lady Biden continued over to a primary school where coronation festivities were fully underway. Ahead of the royal historic moment, she met with a group of paper crown clad students with instruments. They were learning to play this song, Lovely, by Billie Eilish.